forget him! Well, Fred?
Fire up our loins!
I'd be your best and last.
Who's the courage to fight the Velkarls, eh?
Coming to get ya!
Time's come for a change! High time!
Last words. No escape.
You're coming with me, dead or alive.
Fill our hearts with wrath!
I fear nothing! Let's take the
Onward, sons of Nilfgaard!
Off to the front yet again.
Herzer. Yes.
To thee, in gloire! Victory for death!
No door is closed to me.
Eithne!
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
You deserve to die! Oh, and you will! Gloire!
There is no escape.
Defiled one!
They're dead already.
We all have secrets of one kind or another.
I'll do as you ask. This time. The Nordlings' hatred for us will never wane.
nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Hop to it, slaves!
Hertha.
war for freshness.
Bow before Nilfgaard's rightful empress.
Discipline. That is what you folk lack.
Let's get this over with.
I swear on my Lady Scarter!
Magic dies. This world dies with it.
I always find a way in.
This can hurt.
Cross the wrong sorceress!
The common folk. I care for them.
Not your lucky day.
I always find a way in.
In mit der Tastatur S. Go on, move! Now! Let's get this over with.
Estelat Seifel!
A noble plan indeed, I say.
Impressive for a barbarian.
Stand your ground!
Yes?
I shall do as you will.
One.
Then a best get with a short lead. Discipline, that is what you folk lack.
Cross the wrong sorceress!
El Hatter. In Beauclair, tradition is sacred.
The common folk. I care for them.
Player Ross Taylor at number 4 and the double centurion from last World Cup opener Martin Guptill have been rather flat in this tournament. Prior to the Cup, veteran Taylor had struck the form of his life, even hitting a career high score against England. But in the World Cup so far, he's made just 2...
Oi, what's that up your sleeve?
High time the north was cleansed.
We too can play with fire! Oh, yeah!
Oak makes for the best buyers. Outright charming, that.
Sewers remind me of the fjords back home.
Abandon your false gods! That we find ourselves in a dream.
I only loot corpses, except sometimes they're quite fresh.
One cannot shut the mouth of learning.
Nothing turns my guns more than a spirit.
We will cleanse Novigrad with fire!
I honestly don't know what you think this is, Vagrant.
You best yield now!
And his last words. Outright charming, that.
Deals. Novigrad's built.
From The Little Mermaid, bingo.
No, I loved it. It's a bit of a stink about Barty being #1 seed, but get from...
Jasprit Bumrah was having a word with Steve Waugh this morning. It's good to see him up front. He was speaking so highly of him.
Two slips, man behind point, cover field mid-off, so orthodox start from Virat Kohli in terms of his planning. And you're right, this is something new for New Zealand. They didn't play Bumrah in the home summer because he was rested from that tour. But he is a champion, and he's become one very quickly.
Great lines, and that's why he's so special. There's no looseness, there's no warm-up deliveries. On the button straight away. And does Virat Kohli need an extra slip? He's got 2 in place. 17 wickets for him in this competition. And he's bowled exceptionally well with the new ball, with the dead. Every time his captain has asked him to deliver, he's put his hand up. He'll bowl well to the left-hander Nichols. 2 slips, 3 fielders on the offside. He'll be looking for the outside edge.
Wow, that went a long way. You know, his economy rate in the first 10 overs is 3.03 in the first 10 overs when batsmen look to go after him with the fielding restrictions. 3.03.
Remarkable. Just moves off the seam, and as it goes to MS Dhoni, just keeps swinging away. It's that sort of a condition, over 8 conditions. Good toss for New Zealand to win, but the fast bowlers will have something in the first 10 overs. Still 2 slips for Virat Kohli.
No run. It's a nervous start.
That's the Indian squad. KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma to open. They pick themselves. Kohli at 3. That's a very strong top order. Young Pant at 4. Big game for Dhoni. Probably his last World Cup. Dinesh Karthik retains his place, and then the all-rounders Pandya and Jadeja, and then the bowlers Bhuvaneshwar, Chahal and Bumrah. So no Shami, no Kuldeep.
He sits and waits, and he hopes it's for a bit longer than it has been lately. He's been in so quickly. Middle of the bat, that'll feel mighty good. Richard Illingworth and Richard Kettleborough are the 2 umpires, so very much an English setup out in the middle.
Yeah, 2 Englishmen standing in his 64th one-day international. Good left-arm spinner, and Richard Kettleborough, a little more experienced.
And an Aussie upstairs, Rod Tucker.
So who will they be supporting, Ian?
Us. I think they will. For 2 reasons. They live closer to us. And the other reason, of course, I think if they got to the final, they'd rather play New Zealand than India. So there's a motive in that pocket.
Well, you never know. Yeah, I'm sure they will be supporting New Zealand too, because they don't want them to be overawed by the Indian fans. But if New Zealand get into the finals, they'll go in with a lot of confidence, so it won't be easy for Australia. But that's a far-fetched story. No runs on the board yet for them, and it's in the last ball of the 2nd over.
Terrific start from India. They are on the money. None for none still after 2. Atmosphere, it is just fantastic. Every vantage point, whether you're in a corporate area or the public seating area, it's everything you would expect and more. So 2 slips. Still, I just wonder whether Virat Kohli, who was at 2nd slip, is thinking about another catcher. On the evidence that it's just doing a little bit, and it won't be for long.
It's a good delivery. Terrific start from Bhuvaneshwar Kumar as well. There was a lot of questions after his performance against Sri Lanka. But the captain, the management has backed him. He's a very good customer. Terrific head, and he will not let you down. That's the record at Old Trafford. Team batting first wins a lot of games. Average score 323. So as they say, it's a good toss to win for New Zealand. No runs on the board yet for New Zealand.
12 deliveries, 14 deliveries now, of course. Those first 12 are on the money, these two as well. It's a good surface though, it really is.
Yeah, very good surface, no footmarks. It's hard, it's well rolled in, there's a bit of grass on it, not green grass, but it's very, very dry. It'll be good for batting. Doesn't matter the overhead conditions.
That was the one Guptill wanted to go past Kumar to get something on the board.
A good thing he's looking to hit the ball straight. It's none for none after 15 deliveries, but that'll change. Good stuff from Martin Guptill. Just look at that back float. Looks to hit to mid-pass, mid-off, mid-on. Looks to play straight, and you got to do that against Bhuvaneshwar Kumar early on. He will swing the ball back into Guptill, will try to hit the pads. Just keep speaking the fielders. That's what a big match does to you. Semi-final. That's the first appeal, the review, which was turned around. Just gets his front foot in line of the delivery. Yeah, he will be tested. You can see him nervous, you can see him tentative. The front foot just coming in the line of the incoming delivery. He's just got to be careful with that, because that's what Bhuvaneshwar Kumar wants him to do. Get the pad in line of the ball. First runs for New Zealand and first runs for the World Cup semi-final. Massive stands, and that's been there right throughout the World Cup. It's been full, and as the day progresses you'll see a lot more of people coming in. It's been a bit difficult for them. The last match against South Africa changed everything around. The Indian fans were getting ready to go to Birmingham, but now they'll have to turn up in Manchester. What a venue this is. It's been high scoring. There has been something for the bowlers, the spinners. We'll find out as the game progresses whether the spinners get help on this surface. New Zealand playing 1, India playing 2. They've looked good, both the New Zealand batsmen. End of the over, 1 run on the board.
Doing Tai Chi at 7 AM? What happened to her knee pain? So that's her secret.
Applied directly on the joint, Voltaren Osteogel 12 Hourly provides up to 12 hours of targeted pain relief for mild osteoarthritis. Voltaren, the joy of movement.
I suppose the big question mark is 350 his last or second last game for MS Dhoni. There are rumours around that the great man may well be saying goodbye to this form of the game.
How good is that? 141 kilometers an hour. It's got pace, it's got bounce, just a little bit of movement into the right-hander. 350 ODI games for a wicket-keeper. That's a remarkable effort. 10,000 runs, a lot of catches, a lot of stumping. Has won the World Cup as captain. What a career for MS Dhoni. What an atmosphere. Good delivery, just pushing Guptill on the back foot. They're giving him nothing to hit on the front foot.
No, it's just been spot on. Apart from getting a wicket, it's been 9, the perfect start. Creating pressure and not letting New Zealand hit gaps, because this outfield is lightning quick. You hit a gap, you'll get runs, big runs, you'll get big numbers. At the moment, it's coming off the bat for the men in blue. Edge and gone. Gone. Guptill's woes continue, and Bumrah has struck an early blow, a vital blow.
How good is that catch? It was a tremendous delivery from Bumrah. It was only a matter of time that he would take one away from the right-hander. What an effort from the Indian captain. It wasn't easy, it was travelling. He's been terrific in the field, Virat Kohli, this World Cup. On the outfield, within the slips. Have a look at this. Space, bounce, outside edge, and a great catch. Tremendous catch from the captain. And how good he has been in this World Cup. He strikes again.
Well, for Martin Guptill, it has just been a tournament to forget. And again today he goes 1 for 1.
Definitely want to get as much you can for the money that you're spending. With the affordable prices, you'll be able to, spend extra on those tools or get the tools that you want, and you're able to just get more done around your house.
Redwood sleeper. On that, we find ourselves in a tree.
Magic sows chaos. Oak makes for the best buyers.
You do not deserve to live!
No, dwarves do not qualify for childcare tax relief.
Our pirates will light up the north!
Easy to forget about the island.
We will cleanse Novigrad with fire!
Evil's not going anywhere.
Eternal fire casts us long shadow.
I've seen him on television, I've seen him in various competitions. I watched what he did to Australia in Australia, what he did to Australia in Australia. It's just amazing. And it's not an action you can say to your son, bowl like this. It's so unique. So unique.
Yeah, very natural. He's so strong. Very strong boy. And we'll talk about it. 8 for 1 after 6.
It's compact on the outside, but you should see what's behind it. Fujitsu accredited installers, and they can give you a written guarantee that'll give you the perfect heat for your unique space. Fit a Fujitsu.
All right, mate?
Oh, no, son. Waiting for my mate.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if you only ever stopped here to empty your tank?
His last try. 18 wickets for him in this competition, the most for an Indian bowler, and not surprised. Mohammad Shami not playing in this game. 14 wickets has been a little bit different at the end overs, and that's why Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has played ahead of him.
So just gone a little wider, Kohli. It's more a fourth slip than a second slip. And the reason for that is that's where Williamson likes to get runs or accumulate runs intentionally. He wants to cut that angle off. He wants to be there in Williamson's thoughts.
Very wide slips. You'll see that happen more often as the ball gets older, because it'll travel a lot squarer. No boundaries yet for New Zealand. It's 37 deliveries and not a single delivery has gone to the fence. That's how good India has been. That's how much pressure they've put on the New Zealand batsmen.
This one, P1 either. It's a terrific bit of fielding from Jadeja initially. He cut that down to 1 until the misfield.
That's also one of the reasons he plays ahead of the leg spinner Kuldeep, because he's outstanding in that area. We saw that against Sri Lanka when Bumrah was bowling to the left-hand batsman, stopped so many singles, and then ultimately Bumrah got the batsman out, Karunaratne out, and he'll do exactly that. Terrific cricketer. The dive, but just doesn't get the hands down in time. He'll bowl, he'll bat, he'll field. He's so plus in that area. It's a very good fielding unit, India. That's the surface today. The groundsman working very hard on it. Very nice, very well rolled, hard. You can see the bounce of Jasprit Bumrah early on when he got the wicket of Guptill. That will be good for batting.
Well, he made up for the misfield.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. That's the reason he's in the side. He's so good in that area. Probably saved the boundary. It's Williamson's favourite hitting zone, and the left-handed Jadeja is very quick. That's gone to his normal side, the left side. He's a left-hander, picks up and throws left-handed as well, but he's such a plus. Change in field for Virat Kohli, goes into that gully. Yeah, that's a good position to be, and the ball has travelled in the air in that area. Williamson on the back foot, on the front foot, just behind square. He goes further behind, and that's a catching area. He's done very well as a captain this competition. The best I've seen him captain. Looked a lot relaxed on the field. Has been on the money.
Dinky little field placing here. Got a short point, really. He's gone in there himself. He's taken himself out of slip and he shifted Rohit Sharma wide, and that is the reason why he can trust Kumar to bowl that line and see how long Williamson can resist playing. It is really good captaincy. Homework done overtime.
That's the New Zealand team. Taylor, Latham, Neesham and Grandon to follow. They can all bat. Santner can bat as well in at number 8. But they need someone to get a big score. It's been Williamson in this competition. Can he do it again, or will someone stand up? It hasn't been Guptill this time.
He just looks a bit ill at ease. He gave something to umpire Richard Ellingworth. Richard Ellingworth went and put it under one of the 30.
Wake up, dwarves! Humans lust after our lady folk!
Well, Williamson. Just not settled, and neither New Zealand. They can't break the shackles. 10 for 1 after 7.
Leave it to us!
Nice mess you've got here.
You fight well.
Well, New Zealand won the toss, but India have won the first 7 overs clearly, and that's why their fans are delighted. 10 for 1. It's been so hard for New Zealand to get anything going, and Guptill has gone. Mike Nicholas is in the commentary box now alongside Sanjay Mandrake.
Else must die!
And he's safe just. Henry Nicholls has been unable to make head or tail of the Indian attack, particularly the accuracy of it. I don't think the ball's zipped around much, but I think you get very tense in the shoulders, determined to occupy the crease, and you forget about your attacking game. There have been opportunities with some balls over pitch that haven't been taken, and more confident players. The Finch-Warner partnership,
humans,
Roy Bairstow
by
partnership, the
that.
Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul partnership, who might have climbed in. Still, we are where we are, 11 for 1 into the 8th.
Semper Fi!
Bowling with great power, I'd call it. He really hits the bat hard as anybody I remember, actually.
Aye, soon as I finish my pipe.
Bangs it into the surface.
Bloody non-humans.
Just love the length that the Indian seamers have bowled to Kane Williamson, because that is where you need to be. He loves to just hang back in the crease, give himself more time, play the ball late. So that was Bumrah. This is last ball, last over. Draw him forward. That's where you can get him. The ball moves.
And
you can
off
see he's
the
not
volley.
quite there. He loves to hang back. There's been no movement in the pitch. We've seen that right through the tournament. Very few surfaces. We've seen sideways movement. And that's why this is hard to understand.
Oh, you've done it now.
7.2 overs. Just got 12 runs on the board. Are they respecting the bowler rather than the ball?
It's very hard to explain why it feels to the batsman if the ball hurries off the surface. Some bowlers, the ball comes slower off the surface and you're comfortable against them, and others, it just spits at you.
God, if you've been following the coverage through the tournament, we've seen Bumrah's release point as well. Mark, you've also seen that he releases the ball much later than most seamers, so it tends to hurry at you a little more.
Yeah, that's the brilliant use of the wrist, allowing that to happen. Ends up being a couple. Quite a quick outfield, by the way. Very quick across this square.
My great-granddaughter will do
It's as tightly cut the grass on this outfield as, well, actually more tightly cut than anywhere I've seen throughout the tournament. It's become a great theatre. And thankfully, most of the Indian fans that must have worried about tickets, because of course they're all bought into the idea of Edgbaston.
Please!
Not about most, but a lot have got here anyway. And there is typically Indian feel with enthusiasm echoing around Old Trafford. Right, Bumrah to bowl round the wicket. Oh, that's a good one. He's got a few to nip off the seam at real pace.
That's We're talking about the pitch not doing much, but this ball really jagged off the surface. Such a good ball. He doesn't get a wicket for it. Look at that, off the seam. And swings more as it reaches the keeper. That too coming round the wicket. That's an unplayable tune.
Absolutely, because the angles are just extreme. Wide of the crease, in at you, and only has to hold its line. Never mind.
Death to the enemy!
Zip away, and you feel like it's a leg break. The best move made by Henry Nicholls, and the best stroke played in the match so far. Brilliant. 18 for 1.
It's fun actually watching Jasprit Bumrah, because he's just been hit for a boundary. After that, he actually tells you what he was thinking. He wanted to go full, but he felt that he was just a bit too close to the batsman. He wanted
These dogs have no honor.
That ball was just under his eyes. He wanted to go wider, so he was gesturing. Should have been a little wider. So every ball well thought out from Jasprit Bumrah. But on that occasion, got no movement at all from the pitch.
Gone back to this unusual field with a sort of false slip, short point, deep gully, orthodox cover point. 4 men in a very small region. Square behind and just in front of square on the offside. And that'll be Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's line, and it'll be consistent. Don't worry about that. One thing he is consistent.
That's why that fielder that we have at short point is for that exact reason. So the plan from India is going to be to get it up there on the off stump, encourage him to drive off the front foot, because he loves to hang back. They're just hoping that he's slightly late on the ball, and thereby the ball stays in the air long enough for Virat Kohli to lunge at it. So that's the plan, and it's a good one.
Not too straight, not by much. Watch this run away. That's what I mean by a fast outfield. Just a little nudge down the ground.
The last week covering matches in Leeds and Edgbaston before that, it seemed like those subcontinental conditions with the outfield and the pitch. The pitch is a little more English, but the outfield remains Indian. That's lightning quick. That's like an Indian outfield there. No chance for Chahal.
Williamson is organised. Minimal amount of movement, but a tendency to be in the right place for the right ball. The straight drive was a good example. No great exaggerated stride into it. But he held his body shape, held his left side and his left elbow in charge of the shot. Sits quite deep in the crease to start with. Always has that little flex of his legs, not as exaggerated as Alan Borders used to be. He's perhaps the biggest flexor as the bowler runs in that I've seen of those knees. This Borders' own trigger, if you like, but Williamson's so well organised.
Yeah, loves to stay back, so he's a little different from most modern-day batsmen who love to get forward. You'll see Virat Kohli stand outside the crease, wanted to get onto the front foot. He's vintage, Kane Williamson.
Yes, Williamson and Joe Root, the other one, who comfortable on the back foot.
And also that boundary that he hit, would have made a mental note of it, how quickly it traveled to the rope. And I guess that also will come into the equation, because I've never seen an outfield quicker than the one that we've seen today. And for touch players like Kane Williamson, this is just great news. All he has to do is that. He's just pushed at the ball. It's a firm push. He's got 4 runs for it. He'll feel nice about that aspect.
Nice fielding. Hardik Pandya is a great natural mover, athletic body. Young man, oh to be young, 23.
We'll pay men back for their persecution!
In the Kia Sorento Premium All-Wheel Drive from just $59,990 with LED headlights and daytime running lights, 19-inch alloys, 8-speed transmission and autonomous emergency braking. While inside there's space for 7, a panoramic roof and Apple CarPlay. Get the convenience of a powerlift tailgate, smart cruise control and 3 years free servicing. The stunning Kia Sorento Premium All-Wheel Drive for just $59,990. Visit your Kia dealer today.
Colin de Grandhomme. They're the core of this New Zealand batting. Ross Taylor's one of the few players who goes big as well. You know, if he gets in, very rarely gives it away at 80 or 90 or even 105. He goes on and gets you 120s and 30s. That's a long way off yet. But what I'm saying is he has the mental capacity for big and important innings. Hardik Pandya for the first time today, lively medium fast.
Freya's bulwark! That's what we are!
And understanding of length have made him a much more difficult opponent than he was as a beginner.
It's a good run-up between wickets. Oh, this could be close. Now, makes it in time as quick as we said between the wickets. Now, Hardik Pandya has been a revelation with the ball for me. Just watch the running again of Kane Williamson. This is something that batsmen who collect runs have to do. Yeah, ICC One Day International ranking 54. This is in this tournament. Let's have a look at this. This is brilliant. Always intent on the second, pressure on the fielder as well. Maybe just inside. So this pitch and the conditions that we have today, so just a word on Hardik Pandya. Oh, careful. It's all set for the second. Those Nichols there and Kane Williamson.
Don't need no weapon!
So quickly on Hardik Pandya. I mean, he's just been outstanding with his seam bowling, which has been a bit of a revelation for a lot of people who thought he might be more the batting all-rounder. He's played a few cameos, but he's completed his 10 overs 4 times in the tournament. but on pitches that have been dry, slow, he's used the slow, sort of loopy short ball to, you know, be economical wicket taking as well. So this is a completely different pitch. So this is a new challenge for Hardik Pandya. And that's why I thought Kedar Jadhav could have been used by India in this game to just be a cover for Pandya.
Just a quick word about that run you saw. Sanjay was
We'll go at 'em together.
As he touches his bat in, that must get across the line, and it just about did.
Leave
Had
it to
not
us.
done so, the umpire would have signalled one short. To those not close
Fill our
followers of
hearts
cricket,
with
one
wrath.
short. Obviously, you lose the run, but is signalled by the umpire rather theatrically, touching the top of his shoulder with his fingers, curling his arm. One of the old traditions of cricket.
Humans are not.
I mentioned in the opening segment of the show, our preview show this morning, that these captains have met before in a World Cup final, the under-19 ICC World Cup final, 11 years ago. Looking a little different, playing a little different. In fact, Williamson looks so fresh, it's barely believable. Kohli, of course, has changed his shape, but he was the one who held the trophy that way by a margin of 3 wickets on the famous day for young Indian cricketers.
See, yes, when you were playing that little footage and talking about that game, I was at the toss with the 2 captains, and I actually told them that's what they're running at the moment. And Virat actually was told by somebody he actually got Kane Williamson out in that tournament. And that game that we just saw there, New Zealand 205 for 8 in their 50 overs, Williamson getting 37, yeah, 191 for 7, winning by the Duckworth.
When he was told, wasn't he, that he got Williamson out, he looked, he said, did I? He said, I'm not sure that'll happen tomorrow. Little bit of relief, if we call it that, at the moment for New Zealand, just because Hardik Pandya is not pinpoint accurate in the way of the previous 2. I think they'll just be so relieved not to have lost another wicket here. Williamson knows that early inroads, the first 10 overs has been so crucial in this World Cup. Early inroads have invariably cost games, and breakaways from opening batsmen have set up victories. Watch that first power play. Well, only 1 ball remains of it. That's 10 overs gone then, 27 for 1.
The sword and axe.
Yeah, you have to keep reminding yourself that you won't win the game for the first 20 overs, but sure as heck lose it. Perhaps, I don't know, one of the coolest, calmest players going around. See if we get out by a finger as big as that.
Slow, ain't you?
Anyway, some helmets going on and off. The second power play begins. This is 30 overs up until the 40th, in which another 2 fielders can drop outside the ring. 2 fielders for the first 10, 4 fielders outside the ring for the next 30, and 5 fielders for the final period of 10. As Jadeja is given the ball for the first time, it meant something of a controversial decision for Ravindra Jadeja to play ahead of either Kuldeep Yadav or another seamer. Mohammad Shami has bowled so well, but anyway, it's Jadeja with his all-round game bowling, electric in the field. He's going to operate with a slip as an attacker with 4 men out. And the men out are point mid-off, mid-on, square leg. It's close to a symmetrical field. 30 years old now. I remember when Shane Warne led him in that first IPL, Sanjay. Warne thought he was one of the great young talents he'd ever worked with, I think.
Yeah, against England, if you remember when India was chasing down the target, they were 28 in the first 10. This is somewhat similar from New Zealand.
I stand.
He won the toss, elected to bat first. Interesting how his career spanned out after that. Jadeja has become a prolific
Who's the
test
courage
spinner.
to fight the belt, Carlos, eh?
Oh, he's an excitable fellow. His missing leg stump, I reckon. Immediately his energy is all over the match.
Well, I hope it's not umpire's call, because then you've got to watch Virat Kohli's reaction. He hates umpire's call being not out, because you'll see the ball sort of clipping the stumps.
Oh,
Lost one.
it's gone very fine. Just have the impression that he didn't miss Rohit Sharma by much.
Yeah, let's have a look at that leg before. Was the ball heading? India didn't think about a review. Umpire said no. I think maybe just missing, or maybe umpire's call clipping.
Close, isn't it? Top of leg, really, I reckon. I have sympathy with Virat Kohli's point, though, of course, if he's the suffering batsman, he may have a different view. Let's look again. Here we go.
Oh, good out. Set top of legs. Mark, well done. Where's Virat Kohli? Has he seen that on the giant screen? That really gets him all riled up when it's an umpire's call, and he's in the field and the umpire said not out. 34 for 1.
There's a view of Old Trafford. It's been redeveloped in this last decade, and now it really is it's an exciting venue, actually. Pitch is great, outfield's great, stands work. The red of the red rose is stamped all over it. India have the first session, 27 for 1. They have control of the game right now. Don't worry though, there's 90 overs to come today.
To arms, all of yous!
Just the odd balls offered off the seam. Anyway, 10 overs, we say owned by India. That was the appeal first ball of the game. Reviewed, turned down. Some playing and missing. Accuracy, judgment important. When it went wrong, they were meant to catch it. And if it's Virat Kohli, he'll always catch it. Some close calls. One gorgeous cover drive. One gorgeous straight drive.
Oh, you've done it now.
The Red Rose, Lancashire's home ground.
We're the best regiment in the whole ploughing north.
Lancashire.
I once lopped off 3 heads with one
And
blow.
it's Sourav Ganguly who's with us now.
Thanks, Mark. I thought you did the analysis very well a couple of deliveries ago. You spoke about the first 10 overs, and India have been very, very good. It's the length. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar a lot fuller than Jasprit Bumrah, which is quite natural because Bumrah a lot quicker. Just pushing from the long backward, opening the face in the last minute. But that's the pitch map for you from the Indian seamers. Very tight, very good, very consistent. And that's why they have been so good in this competition. And just 2 boundaries.
We shall do it my way.
And that could be the 3rd one from the fast bowler. Terrific effort from India so far.
Well, as we were saying, this pitch is going to test Hardik Pandya because he survived and in fact reveled on those dry, slow pitches. Change of pace was his lifeline. Today it's a proper English pitch. That's a terrific shot. Just sits back, isn't it? Kane Williamson. Anything short of leg, he will thrive on that. So this is going to be a tester for Hardik Pandya. The conditions today. Also India bowling first, which means he can't use that slow ball as much as he would if the bowling second. Average of Kane Williamson, brilliant.
It is a remarkable record.
Across the wide,
for an
somber sea,
unremarkable
I
player,
will
in that
say.
you don't look at him and think breathtaking innings. You think efficient innings. But actually, particularly under pressure, love the way he guided New Zealand home against South Africa. That I would call breathtaking. Averaging 100 in the tournament. Gone past 500 runs. Two men have gone past 600 runs, Rohit Sharma and Shakib Al Hasan. And David Warner has probably squeezed past 600 mark too, I would guess. David Warner played very well here the other day. My gosh, he did. 38 for 1.
Our brothers in the valleys need us!
Yeah, when you come to Old Trafford, you see those stands around, and this one especially catches your eye. The biggest stand is a temporary stand, so just imagine just putting that thing together. Right, Jadeja in the team today. A couple of surprises really, Mark, for me in the playing 11 for India today. This is not a dry rank turner, so surprised that India went for Jadeja ahead of somebody like Kuldeep Yadav, who's got a fantastic record against New Zealand. Lowest power play venue. And it's going to be Trafford today, 27 runs, so it's broken the record of the lowest score in the power play. Why wasn't there a bigger shout for that one?
Don't you fret about me. Can take care of myself.
Only point you'd make about the lowest power play graphic is it does depend a little on the batsman and the bowler. Who's in form, who isn't? Who's got a top new ball attack, who hasn't?
Yeah, so surprised by a couple of selections. One is Jadeja. His last game, the pitch was ideally suited for somebody like him, rank turner. It's a point I made about Kuldeep Yadav as well. Fantastic record against New Zealand, economy rate under 5, average under 30. But I can understand Kuldeep Yadav has not been at his best, not very convincing in the way he's bowled in the last couple of matches. That's Mayank Agarwal there. Added to the squad, late addition. And India have just 5 bowling options. In the last game as well, they went with just 5 bowling options. And on this kind of a pitch, they might just need that cover. And that's why I thought Kedar Jadhav would make the playing 11 as a cover. Somebody like a Hardik Pandya instead of Dinesh Karthik.
So Kohli's team or Shastri's team?
Kohli's always has to be the captain team, and you know that is not going to come in your way. There it is, that's all. There's no 6 bowler around for India. Those are the 5. Hardik Pandya bowled superbly, but on different pitches. So I would have gone with Kedar Jadhav. Not much when you look at Karthik and Jadhav as batsmen in 50 overs cricket at number 5, but he would give you 4 or 5 overs of his off spin.
I'm a great believer in it being the captain's team. At least at this late stage of selection, Harry, no, they're okay. Judgment of the run's been good. Do they come back for 2? They do. Little overthrow. 43 for 1, and it's almost come from nowhere. New Zealand battling back into the game.
Reality is in the detail. It's a world you know, with a depth you've never seen before. It's losing yourself in a realm without limits, or one single detail that eclipses it all.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
With technology that enhances the quality of any picture. The new Samsung QLED 8K. Upgrade to reality.
Thanks, Mark. Good morning, everyone. So New Zealand winning the toss and electing to bat first. Guptill has some issues at the top. Struggled with the moving ball. He was out for 1 in the end. Martin Guptill hasn't had the best of tournaments. A man who brings so much experience. Williamson talked about in the press conference that this just needed to be a fresh start.
Slaughter them to a man!
30% of New Zealand's runs in this tournament came Williamson. And again, he goes past the 30-ball mark. Kane Williamson has faced 30 balls and more in every innings of this tournament so far. Just such a rock for New Zealand. And you're very much thinking if they are going to win today, he will be the key.
Yeah, I think lesser individuals it would affect them. It doesn't seem to affect Kane at all. It's one of the hallmarks of some sort of captain player he is.
Close. It's a good option. Hardik Pandya bangs the ball in. Not afraid to bowl the short ball.
He's taken on the responsibility to Hardik Pandya with just 5 bowlers on offer. I heard Sanjay Mandrake talking about it. Really stepped up as far as his performance is concerned. He knows there are no other options, so he has to get through his 10 overs.
Push the 2 and get back comfortably.
One area of concern, I think, that so many have for Kane Williamson. Sometimes he's so caught up in his innings. Running between the wickets can be a little issue now and then. Also of late.
Yeah, got a bit unlucky there, Williamson. Smallest hands in the team, Mark Wood. Run out at the non-striker's end. Yeah, watch that all the way this time, Nichols. Right over the ball. I think that shot through the covers just gave him a little bit of confidence, Nichols. On ever so slightly. Managed to get one away after battling hard early on in his innings. His highest score so far in this World Cup for Nichols, and he just needs to keep going really with Williamson at the helm.
He's a proper test match player. I look at Henry Nichols when I see him. He's got a very good technique, leaves the ball well, so therefore quite suited to this sort of game because of the fact that India possess such a potent opening combination. Get through that, 5 bowlers only. They can actually take to one of the spinners if they want, but it's no good trying to do that 3-4 down. New Zealand are 1 down and the spinners are in action, they can go a little bit harder.
Still manages to find a way to get it down there, Williamson, and he'll pick up 4 as well. Chehal with the misfield. 52 for 1. The 50 partnership comes up after 64 deliveries. They've tried to block off that area with that wideish gully. Just waits on it. Pace to the boundary. Now that is poor from Chehal in such a crucial match. Time for drinks then. New Zealand have done well to build a partnership. Some thinking to do for India. And time for a refreshment.
Dancing shoes. The thrilling aerobatics. All their biggest hits.
What a tackle!
The NRL's true entertainers.
How good is that?
Broncos Warriors. Saturday live, Sky Sport 4.
Take your indulgence further with new Moccona Barista Reserve.
I had a friend drive past and saw the crash, and they just saw it and like, so worried. They knew it was my car. I was so scared that I'd never be able to skate again. I was scared that I would never be able to do what I love. Getting this tattoo today it's a way of symbolizing the end of my healing. It's just physical and mental. I doubt I'd be alive if I wasn't wearing my seatbelt.
At Resine, a little test pot can go a long way to helping you choose a colour scheme. And more test pots than anyone else means more choice at your Resine colour shop.
Mitsubishi ASX has our most stunning price ever. Now only $26,990 on run-out. With elegant style and first-class features like smartphone connectivity, reversing camera, keyless entry, efficient 2-litre engine, daytime running lights, alloy wheels, 5-star safety and 10-year powertrain warranty. At just $26,990 plus on-roads, get into your Mitsubishi Motors dealer before it runs out.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors. Welcome to the Open. There's plenty to see. Good shots, bad shots, and rain on the tee. It's golf on the links. There'll be cheers, there'll be hugs. Watch out for the man with a wee claret jug. Returning soon to Sky Sport.
New Zealand 52 for 1 after 14 overs after Kane Williamson won the toss and elected to bat first. He's been outstanding in this tournament.